All right, Talk Takers listeners, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
Today we're looking at FreshPet's Q3 2024 earnings call.
Oh, yeah. The Fresh Pet Food Company.
You guys send us the transcript and, of course, some of the stock info.
So we're going to see what we got here.
Let's got Wall Street barking.
Yeah, FreshPet, they're aiming for what they call disciplined growth this year.
Okay.
It's a balancing act,
Yeah.
Strong top-line growth, but they don't want to overwhelm their production capacity.
Right.
It's all about keeping those customers happy with full shelves.
Keep them coming back for more.
And, of course, boosting those profit margins.
Yeah. So are they pulling it off?
It looks like it.
Okay.
They just posted their 25th consecutive quarter
Wow.
of at least 25% year-over-year growth.
25 quarters.
You heard that right?
That's not just a hot streak.
25 quarters in a row.
That's like a whole climate change.
Yeah.
So what's driving this consistent growth?
I think what's really impressive is it's almost entirely volume driven. It's not just about hiking prices. They're genuinely attracting new customers.
Right.
And convincing the existing ones to buy more.
So they're growing their market share.
Yeah. 17% increase in household penetration.
That's huge.
Yeah. And this is refrigerated pet food. So that's...
Right. It's not just a bag of kibble.
Exactly.
How are they getting this in front of new pet parents?
They're doing a really good job with distribution.
Okay.
They added over 1,000 new stores just this year.
Wow.
So retailers are seeing this demand and are betting big on FreshPet.
Big vote of confidence.
Big time.
It's not just new stores, right?
No, you're right.
They're also getting more space in the stores they're already in.
Yeah, last year they averaged about 18 SKUs per store.
Okay.
Now they're up to 20 and a half.
More fridges, more shelves.
More FreshPet for everyone. And get this,
Wow.
99% customer order fill rate.
Okay. So they can meet that demand.
Exactly.
All right. So they're growing like crazy. They're getting into more stores.
Yeah.
They're keeping those shelves stocked. How is that translating to their bottom line?
This is where it gets really fun.
Okay.
Profitability, way up.
All right.
Adjusted gross margin jumped 630 basis points year over year.
Okay. So what does that mean?
It landed at 46.5%.
So they're making more money?
They are, yeah. They're converting sales into actual profit.
So is FreshPet swimming in cash?
Yeah, they're definitely making a splash.
Okay.
Pulled in $56.1 million in operating cash flow this quarter,
All right.
sitting on $274.6 million in cash on hand.
That's not bad at all.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Management is still being cautious about updating their long-term targets,
Oh.
even though they're consistently outperforming.
Really?
They want to see if this level of performance is sustainable.
Right. Makes sense.
Especially with all this concern about inflation.
It's like they're saying, hey, we're crushing it.
Yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Exactly.
So what are these long-term targets?
Well, they believe they can become a mainstream pet food brand. Right now, they only hold about 3.2% of the U.S. dog food market.
So there's a lot of room for growth there.
Huge amount of room for growth.
Are they trying to convert every kibble-loving pup to FreshPet?
Well, they're really focusing on their what they call high PPOH customers.
High PPOH.
What is that?
Stands for high-income, passionate pet owners with a huge heart.
Okay.
So these are the folks that already spend big on their pets.
Right, the people already buying the fancy stuff.
Exactly. They already see the value in fresh, high-quality food.
So they're going after the high rollers of the pet world.
Yeah, and just imagine
Okay.
if the majority of FreshPet buyers were spending over $1,000 a year on their products.
That's a significant shift in the market.
It would be huge.
So what's their game plan?
Well, part of it involves some smart product diversification.
Okay.
They're introducing new lines like
Yeah.
large dog food, multi-packs for variety,
Okay.
even a senior dog food coming next year.
More options, more convenience.
Exactly. More reasons to choose FreshPet. But I'm guessing all this growth is putting a lot of pressure on their production.
That's a good point, but it's really where things get strategic.
Okay.
They're focused on maximizing output from their existing facilities.
All right. So rather than rushing to build new ones.
Right. They're getting creative, optimizing their production lines.
So squeezing every last drop of efficiency.
Yeah,
Like upgrading your kitchen appliances before you build a new kitchen.
that's a great analogy.
So they're committed to short-term success, but they've also got a long-term vision.
Absolutely. And they're making smart moves to scale up, staying laser focused on that profitability.
So FreshPet's cooking up something special.
Definitely.
But let's dive a little deeper into this production strategy,
Okay.
because it seems to be the cornerstone of their growth plan.
It is. It's not just about making more pet food.
Right.
It's about doing it in a way that maximizes their resources.
So that sets them up for sustainable growth.
Exactly.
All right, Talk Tickers listeners, we're about to unpack that FreshPet production strategy. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Talk Tickers, where we are breaking down FreshPet's ambitious growth strategy.
Before the break, we were talking about how they're getting more out of those production lines.
Squeezing every last drop.
So what's their secret sauce?
Yeah, how are they doing it?
Well, they actually have a three-pronged approach,
Okay.
and it's pretty fascinating.
Lay it on us.
First, they are really focused on optimizing their existing production lines.
Okay.
Think about it like fine-tuning a high-performance engine.
Okay.
They're always tweaking, they're always refining.
Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. They're getting the most out of that equipment.
And then the second part.
The second part focuses on maximizing the capacity of their existing facilities.
Okay.
They have 3 main production sites,
Right.
and they're making sure every inch of those spaces is used strategically.
So they're playing Tetris with those fridges and ovens.
Exactly.
All right, so they're optimizing, they're maximizing.
And this brings us to the most exciting part, the tech.
The tech angle, every good growth story's got to have some tech.
Exactly.
So what kind of innovations?
Well, they're exploring technologies that could boost production per line.
Okay.
So they're not just keeping pace with industry standards.
They're pushing the boundaries.
Exactly.
You mean example, paint me a picture.
Well, their new roll line in Ennis, Texas,
Okay.
launched ahead of schedule,
Nice.
under budget,
Even better.
and it's already exceeding production projections.
Wow, what's so special about this roll line?
Well, this new line is pumping out product faster
Okay.
and at a lower cost,
Oh, that's the efficiency story that investors want to hear.
and they're applying what they learned from this to other facilities.
Okay, so more roll lines on the way.
They've got another roll line ready to go in Q4 at the same facility.
All right.
That should carry them well into 2026.
So they're thinking long term.
Absolutely.
They're not just stopping at roll lines.
Nope. They are also installing a new bag line at their Kitchen South facility.
Right.
And that one's supposed to start early next year.
So they're really thinking about the future.
And they're diversifying their production.
So they're rolling and bagging
Yes.
with an eye on the future.
Uh-huh. It's like a chess game.
Right.
They're thinking steps ahead.
Yeah, they're anticipating that future demand,
Exactly.
making sure that they're ready to meet it.
They're not afraid to experiment either.
Okay.
At their Bethlehem facility, they're boosting capacity utilization
Okay.
on those existing lines.
Right.
It's all about maximizing what they've already got.
Before investing in new stuff.
Exactly.
That's a smart approach.
Especially with supply chains and inflation still causing headaches.
Yeah, a lot of companies are struggling.
For sure.
But this level of efficiency, it doesn't just happen.
No, about 2 years ago,
Yeah.
they launched the FreshPet Performance Excellence program.
Okay, what is that?
So they're focusing on streamlining processes,
Okay.
improving throughput, boosting yield and quality.
That's a mouthful.
I know, and
Wow.
it's paying off.
They're seeing these gains in efficiency.
So it's working.
Mm-hmm. And now they're applying this program to their Ennis facility.
So it's like they sent their production team to boot camp.
Yeah.
And now they're leaner, meaner.
And they're making more pet food.
More pet food.
Exactly.
So we've talked about how they're maximizing production,
Yeah.
but they're not operating in a vacuum.
Nope.
What's going on in the rest of the pet food industry?
Good point. So FreshPet's success is happening at the same time. There's this shift
Okay.
in the entire industry.
Okay.
Consumers are getting picky
Yeah, we're seeing it everywhere.
about what they feed their pets.
Yeah. Pet parents are treating their animals like members of the family,
Exactly.
and they want to give them the best.
The humanization of pet food.
Right. So higher quality, better ingredients,
They want more nutritious options.
and they're willing to pay more.
Yes,
It's like farm to table, but for pets.
exactly.
FreshPet's riding that wave.
They were the pioneers in the fresh refrigerated pet food space, right? And they built this brand around quality,
Yeah.
understanding what those pet parents want.
They're selling peace of mind.
Right.
You know that you're feeding your pet the best food.
But they're not alone in this space anymore, are they?
Oh, you're right.
I'm sure other companies are trying to get a piece of the action.
Yeah, some bigger players are starting to move in.
Who are we talking about?
Well, Mars and General Mills.
Okay, big names.
Yeah, but they have some catching up to do.
Right. FreshPet has a big head start.
Definitely a loyal customer base, that distribution network.
High barrier to entry.
Huge barrier to entry. They've built a moat around their pet food castle.
But they're not just sitting back, right?
No, They are constantly innovating,
Okay.
expanding their product line to stay ahead.
Let's talk about those HIPPOH customers again,
Okay.
the high rollers.
So how are they catering to that segment?
What are they doing?
They're doing it all. They're offering exclusive promotions,
Yeah.
personalized recommendations, loyalty programs.
Wow, the VIP treatment.
Yeah, to keep those HIPPOH engaged.
Give me an example.
Imagine getting tailored recommendations based on your pet's breed,
Okay.
their age, dietary needs,
Oh.
or you get early access to new products.
Nice.
Or maybe you get discounts on their favorites.
So you really feel like part of the club.
Exactly, the core members.
That's a smart move.
And it's working. Their HIPPOH customer base grew 24% in Q3.
Wow.
So that shows you the power of their brand.
Okay, so they're growing rapidly. They're making money.
Yep.
They're ahead of the competition.
Huh.
They have a vision for the future.
It's impressive.
It is, but before we get carried away,
Yeah.
it's time for This Is Not Financial Advice.
All right.
Talk Tickers listeners, you know the drill.
This is purely for entertainment.
Just having some fun.
Should not be taken as actual investment advice.
Who knows? Maybe we'll spark a $1 billion idea for FreshPet.
All right. Talk Tickers listeners, it is time for This Is Not Financial Advice.
Here we go.
We take a swing, a wild swing, at a totally speculative trade idea. And remember, this is just for fun.
Purely for entertainment purposes.
Not actual investment advice.
But today's idea.
It's inspired by FreshPet's success.
Okay.
You know, targeting those pet parents that want the best.
Right. Premium ingredients.
Health and nutrition.
They see their pets as family.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Where are we going?
What if FreshPet took this formula
Yeah.
and applied it to a different part of the market?
Different part of the market. Like what?
Crickets.
Crickets, like the chirping insects.
Yeah, but not for cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Reptiles.
Reptiles.
Yeah, bearded dragons, geckos, chameleons.
Okay.
They all eat live insects.
I see where you're going with this, but why crickets?
Well, reptile owners, they're passionate.
Okay.
They spend a lot of money on their pets,
Right.
especially when it comes to food.
Yeah.
So FreshPet could use their expertise,
Okay.
you know, sourcing, production, distribution,
Right.
and create a line of FreshPet Exotics cricket packs. FreshPet Exotics. So instead of those little plastic tubs at the pet store,
Yeah.
you'd have FreshPet branded refrigerated cricket packs.
Premium.
More humane, fresher.
And FreshPet already knows how to do refrigerated distribution.
That's true.
They can easily incorporate these packs.
Plus, they can market it as a healthier alternative.
Yeah, FreshPet Exotics.
Crickets raised on organic grains and veggies.
It writes itself.
Right.
And don't forget sustainability.
Oh, yeah. Crickets are very sustainable.
Very eco-conscious.
It's appealing to those reptile owners that care about that kind of thing.
Exactly.
This could be a $1 billion business.
Maybe FreshPet's listening, taking notes.
This one's on the house, FreshPet. Just kidding. But listeners, this is just speculative.
Don't run out and buy FreshPet stock because of cricket-based pet food.
This is not financial advice.
But it shows you what FreshPet can do.
Yeah, their ability to innovate and adapt.
They've disrupted the market.
Who knows what they'll do next?
Maybe they will go into crickets. All right, Talk Tickers listeners, that's a wrap.
That's it for today.
We've covered a lot of ground. That impressive financial performance.
That growth strategy.
And of course, our crazy, this is not financial advice segment.
What are the key takeaways here?
Well, FreshPet is on the move.
Big time.
They are growing. They're profitable.
They've got a great balance sheet.
The leaders in fresh pet food.
And they're not slowing down.
And they're masters of efficiency.
They're always doing more with less.
Keeping an eye on those costs.
Always innovating.
New product lines, new processes.
In markets.
They know their customer.
And they deliver.
Can they keep this up?
That's the question.
Can they keep growing, fend off competition?
It's a tough environment out there.
Well, based on this earnings call.
I think they're in a good spot.
And that's it for this episode of Talk Tickers.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into FreshPet.
Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell,
so you don't miss the next one.
We'll be dissecting another exciting earnings report.
Until then, happy investing, a win.